Hi, Mooch. Oh, a baby decided to join me right when we started. All right. Hi. There's a baby behind me now. Hi, Mama. Moochie. No, you have nothing to say now? Okay. She was piping up earlier. Alrighty. 1 second. I just want to make sure we get a timestamp down of when we are on. Let's see. About 7 minutes. That sounds about right. Okie dokie. Hello! Sorry for the wait. I had to do normal human things. I had to go to the bathroom. So, sorry. I was ready. And then Body said, no, you're not. So before anything else, I guess real quick, hello and welcome to the Crystal Library. If this is your first time here, welcome to Anatomy for Easy Mode. That's my job, at least. I'm a note sharer, which means I love to tell you all of the secrets. Everything I know that lives up here, you can have it. I've been drawing around the block for maybe like 10 plus years, but only recently did I seriously try to get better at anatomy. So all of the 5 years I spent learning Proko's course, we're going in and doing it again because I forgot all of that. And now you can take that knowledge and go further than me. So there's junk you can do. There's a Patreon, there's a Discord, there's a lot. And you can type !X thing and you'll probably get a link to it. But I have to say that I don't like bugging myself. I suck at it. But you can like and subscribe if you want. But only if the stuff that I do here helps you. Otherwise, do what you want. I just hate that I'm obligated to say that because algorithm. Anyway, other than that though, we're here to do Pecs, I guess. This gentleman. We're here to put muscles on a bones, on a body that doesn't have anything. You need to know how to invent the muscles, essentially. Yay! So today will probably be shorter, because we're not doing a gesture, we're not doing a tracing, we're going to be inventing the pecs, which honestly is, I would hazard to say is easier, but you need to know exactly where they originate and insert. So this is going to be a good test for those who are learning this for the first time. It is not easy. It'll take less time, but there's a lot more thinking that has to happen because you want to make sure the points that you're putting them on line up correctly. So anyway, I'm a huge dork. I like to do a lot of things related to anatomy, but I also love anime and Deltarune. And if you care at all about fan art, Speedpaints, tutorials on digital art, if you just want to vibe out about junk other than science, come hang out over at the top right channel. At CrystalK25 is my main channel. And there's a lot of stuff that you could do over there if you care about art, besides just learning anatomy. But if we're here to learn, this is where all the grunt work lives. All of the stuff over there is where we celebrate that hard work. So anyway, plugs aside, I hope we're having a swell, fantabuful day so far. Hopefully your Sunday doesn't suck. And let's get started. I would say, because this is a revisit, I am not doing every single picture again, because we'll be here for another 5 years, and I want to move on to animals. I want to learn animal anatomy so bad. I cannot wait. That'll be fresh for me. I have not done any of that. So we're breezing through the human body again, but as we breeze through it, you can influence my decision on what part of the Proko lesson we look at. So out of the 10 pack of pictures that he gives you to study, we're going to pick our top 4, and you pick via poll which ones we look at. So I believe on the poll, which I can actually grab the link real quick, right here, if you happen to jump in real fast and you want to tell me exactly which one we're looking at, currently right now, it doesn't show it because I'm not on the right channel right now, and if I change it, the music will stop. So these two are in the lead. Superman Flex Boy and Reaching for the Stars, grabbing an apple from a tree. These two, option 2 and 3, are in the lead right now. So if you would like to sway my opinion, again, you cannot see them, but once you pick, you'll be able to. we can decide from there. But I thought what would be fun is we do a little before and after look through, because again, this is my second rodeo at this course, but for this lesson specifically, a lot of the lessons, it's really my third. Because again, Proko does critiques. In the beginning stages especially, he would offer feedback. I think most of that got relegated to the premium course, but in the very, very beginning, some of that stuff he left on YouTube. So for essentially what I can do is show you the free stuff and just point you to go get the Patreon premium content if you want it. You don't have to. So anyway, I can't tell you all of the critiques, but you can also donate. It really helps a lot. If you want to, I would be very, very grateful. So anyway, let's look through. Let's take a gander. So here's where we started. First rodeo, looking at all of this junk again for the first time. Let's see. This was my first attempt, and then watching the critique after second attempt. They just raised them up a little bit. You'll notice as I go through these, all of the muscles I had done initially were like sagging, and then Proko's like, no, they have girth. They have more thickness to them. I drew them very thin. So it's a lot more, I mean, like, depending on obviously the body type. If it's a leaner person, you might get something a little bit thinner, but they're still going to have length and volume to them. They're still three-dimensional muscles. So I eventually just drew them as balloons because like boobs work like that, but not pecs. Your pecs move and stuff. They got junk. Boobs, they're just all they care about is gravity. They're just dangling water balloons. So anyway, there was that. I think there was also one more. Yeah, this is just my notes on the second one. So I would also add, I don't remember exactly, but I believe in the Proko lesson, he talks about mostly the pectoralis major, which is the beefcake on top that we see superheroes flex with all day long. But what I love about Proko, and again, is depending on which video we're looking at, some of them have aged not as well, tasteful, question mark. But he does go in depth. He is very in depth, and I'm not sponsored. I appreciate everything that man has done. We're gonna try to get the pectoralis minor in there as well. The little triangles underneath the big boy muscles, those are still there, and they still add volume and dimension, and you might see a little bump in certain sections. And I'm trying to remember. I wrote them down! 5 years ago, Kiana is a genius. Thank you, because I don't remember. They originate on the coracoid process of the scapula. I'll talk about that in a second. As well as they pull the scapula forward and downward. So these guys only care about the back, the shoulder. Your pecs move your arm. Very distinct difference. So they're not going to really flex. The pectoralis minor isn't really going to be visible unless you're moving your shoulder. You can even feel it if you like palpate on your chest and just isolate your scapula. You feel it dancing around. It's really weird and funky, and then if you move your arm, you feel a lot more happening at the joint, right where your armpit sits. Ooh, there's a lot of tension. There's a lot of bundles of muscles sitting in there. Lots of muscle fibers are very angry if you don't stretch them. If you like poke in your elbow, like armpit area, you're gonna feel a lot of stuff. It feels really good, but if you've never stretched that muscle before, if you've never laid on your back like a floaty in a pool, it feels really good. Oh, it's gonna suck. So anyway, the nice thing I can do also is Proko does offer 3D models in his course, but we don't obviously all have access to that, and I would strongly recommend go get them. But for the moment, while we're here, we can talk about the muscles in a little bit more context through this app that I really like called Complete Anatomy by Elsevier? I always forget. Excelsior! I don't remember the name of the company. But basically, you can ask me as many questions as you want in here. This is where we break stuff down. If you have specific questions, if you want a bit of a deeper dive on things, if you want me to look at a certain part of the body that may not be what we're looking at, PEC specifically is what we're here to do today. But if there's a part of the body that you're like, what about hands? What about arms? We have access to the whole body. I pay for this software all year long, and I love it a lot. So let me do all the heavy lifting and pay for all the expensive things for you. So you can just ask me questions every Sunday. And then donations always help because I'm not rich yet. I would love to be able to keep this software forever, but you know, every little bit helps. So anyway, yeah, so we can essentially look at all the muscles, and I have made this model preemptively so we can see what's on top on the right and what's underneath on the left, vice versa for the front. So this is what the full body looks like. There is a little bit of skin, very thin muscle fibers and tissues that connect from your jaw to your neck, but they're very thin, hardly visible on the skin unless you're really stretching your neck. Otherwise, you're hardly going to see any of that. It does soften that little bit of, I guess, bone. Like, it would just be rigid bone popping out because there's really nothing else covering that part of the bone. The clavicle would just be there. So this little skin fold does soften that, but we're really just here to focus on this and this today. So anyway, our big bread and butter boys that we're looking at, the PEC and the PEC minor and major. And I believe if I hide this, nope. Yeah, there we go. You can still see where it is. So it's sitting underneath that. There's a little pocket of PEC minor under there. So it just is helpful to see exactly what bones, where they go exactly in space. So our job today is going to be doing 2 Prokos, skellies. We're going to do, again, in the poll that I sent, the top one that got voted and the runner-up, which I think they're at a tie right now, so we'll just pick whatever. Unless you change my mind in the next, like, 5 minutes. But from what we need to know today, my mom is having a great time in the living room. She's excited. She just learned how to edit. I feel really bad for her. It's a tough journey. We're both content creators in this house now. Boy, howdy. I'm going to close my door. She's excited. Are you okay? All right. I can't really help you right now, but if you need me, I will be free later.
I'm in the process of fixing it. I'm kind of like stuck because my views are like climbing.
Oh no.
And I didn't mean to post it today. 700 views. I just posted like 2 minutes ago.
Wait a minute! A view, short or video?
Short.
Oh, okay. Well, just hide it, private it, and delete it real quick.
I'm trying to delete it.
Oh, mommy.
This is part of the series, and I wanted to post another video before that.
Mother dear, I can't tell you what to do. I gotta get back to streaming, but can you contain your freak out a little bit more?
I'll try.
Please. You can still scream and freak out, just quietly. A little quieter. Thank you. It's okay. I'm sorry. You're fine. You're fine. She sure is. Alrighty. Mom's fine. I'm sure she's fine. It's that new phase where you just make a YouTube channel and you panic when every single little thing happens. She like didn't mean to post a video, so she's panicking, but she'll be alright. The world's gonna keep spinning, guys. She's breaking her wings. Alright, so what I would like for us to focus on today, as we do these tracings, I will also say I'm gonna time myself to do them. I'm gonna give them like 20 minutes, like 2 20-minute blocks. You'll see. But can you see the division of muscle? You can even see here, specifically this model here kind of shows you very nicely which muscle fibers. They don't click separately, but you can see there's a clavicular portion, the part attached to your clavicle. There is a I think it's just called the sterno portion. There's a fancier name for it. Sternocostal portion, the part that's connected to your sternum, and something else. Just the part that's in the middle of your rib cage. And then the last part, which is usually hidden and overlooked, is the abdominal portion, which is not connected to bone at all. It is connected to completely aponeurosis. Fancy word for the cartilage connecting your abs to the muscle. So that's why we have access to it, because your abs are not completely shown if I hide them. Oh, wait, no. Rectus sheath is a whole separate thing. Interesting. I'm gonna hide the side on the right. But that's essentially what it's connecting to. There's a big old bunch of beautiful fascia that's connected to your abs. There's a lot of stuff going on in your abs. This is why I needed this revisit, because look at all this junk. I don't remember half of this crap. I forgot a lot of it. I can't wait to get to the armpit! Look at all that! Golly! I mean, I can point out most of it, but there's so much happening. Like, that overlap, we got some chopsticks crossing. There's a lot of junk I forgot. So, we're going to explore all of that later. But for now, we're here for the pecs. So, where do the pec major bones sit? They sit, let's see, on the humerus, specifically the upper third, the first third of the humerus, right here. So it's going to be really, really, really helpful and crucial to use the software to know exactly where things go. And you can see that beautiful twisty fold. That's the part that I was talking about that's going to make everything super tense and tender. Your pecs have a lot. There's a lot of bundle of muscle fibers right in the armpit area. Literally palpating here. If you do any like weightlifting or just sitting around and your shoulders hunch, you're going to feel that buildup. It needs to stretch. So all you need to know going forward is how do we simplify these complex muscle fibers into a basic shape. Draw a box with some dimension. It's not a flat box. It's a 3-dimensional box that's a little bit of a curved shape. And it's a little bit thicker at the bottom. And the top muscle fibers go to the lowest muscle fibers go to the highest. And it'll make more sense when we start breaking it down. Alrighty, so without further ado, let's actually draw this thing. And real quick, PEC MINOR. You should probably know where that goes. It is attached to, I want to say, you can probably count down, I just always forget. I want to say, I'm going to take a guess. Still freaking out. She's, I think, playing with our newest toy. Somebody got us an Alexa for Christmas. I don't know how to use it yet. Okay. Pectoralis minor. It originates at the 3, 4, and 5 ribs, and rarely the second rib, so it can sometimes attach up here, according to Proko. And then it connects to the coracoid process, which is this little jut out thing right here. If I look at my scapula all by itself, yeah, there's a lot of wonky stuff happening. But just so you know, this spine of the scapula is not what we're looking at. It's the part that comes out from the inside of it. There's a huge bunch of, this is a huge connection point for a lot of muscles. And it just acts as a nice little shield. It's a little cavern for your humerus, so it can't pop out. That's why we try as hard as we can to strengthen the muscles around it to avoid dislocating our shoulder, because it's not super tethered. There's a lot of stuff that keeps it locked down, but still it can happen. So this is just another barrier to keep that from happening. But this little jut spot, it's like a little shield, little house, little shield. Like your skull is the top of your head is a shield for your eyes. It's the same thing. So that is what we're using to connect everything from the top, and then it goes down to the 3, 4, 5 ribs. All right. I think that's all the info we need going in. That was a lot. I'm here to continuously answer questions, by the way, if you have things that you're curious about, regardless of the body part we're looking at. Or if you just want me to slow down because I move really fast, I have ADHD and I can't apologize for it. If you want me to revisit something that I talked over, let me know. All right? But otherwise, we're going to get started. So, and real quick, one more thing I should mention. Just know that in this picture, it seems like it's going into the cavern of the deltoid, but it is, remember, at the end of the day, it is hiding underneath a bunch of folded, there's a lot of overlapping muscle fibers that crisscross to get to the humerus. At the end of the day, the goal is to get to the humerus. This is sitting underneath the deltoid, but it's on the humerus, so it's not connected to the shoulder muscle. That is often confused. And it's sitting on top of our biceps, so it really is the most forefront superficial muscle in the front of our body, literally sitting on top of everything except for these neck muscles here. So yeah, just make this as prominent as you can. Nipple would probably be right around there somewhere, I think, sitting right at the base of the sterno portion, and then all of this is just additional muscle that you can see, but it's usually hidden. So anyway, all of that said, let's dive in, shall we? Goodbye.
3:30 p.m. Let's go grab a glass of water. And why don't you go wash your hands?
I just did that. Thank you, Google. I will never turn it off because it makes me guffaw every time. But thanks. Alright, so let's start with Jacked Superman here, and then we'll go from there to this one. And then we can briefly talk about the others that we look through, and we can hopefully answer those questions. Well, actually, I should have all of them. I have access to all of them, I just have the before and after most visible. Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Hello there! Oh, welcome, 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 welcome. I'm not going to even try to pronounce your name. It's a massive code. But hello, welcome, welcome. I literally am about to get started right now. We haven't even done any drawing. But feel free to ask questions if there's anything you want to know about besides the pecs. We're looking at the whole body, not just the pecs, but we're going to focus on the pecs today. So let's find them. Yeah? Here's where I found them 5 years ago. Do they still hold up? We'll find out. Is Skelly jacked? Is Skelly gonna be a lean machine or a thick dude? We'll find out. I guess body type wise, we could make him super buff, so the pecs are sitting on top of the clavicle, because you usually can't see them if you're thick as girth. Or he's a little leaner and they're just sitting underneath it. It'll make more sense when you see the body lesson. If you want, of course, watch the Proko lesson previous to this so you know what I'm talking about. All right. I'm going to take a bite of some coleslaw that I have sitting here. Yum. Let's get started. You're welcome to do this lesson with me. Download the pictures via Proko's website himself. Link in the description. And don't have to have a subscription to get the pictures. The pictures are free. It's just the premium code offers you more things. Okay. So, let's do this again. I have notes here. We already looked at them, but briefly just going over them again. Pectoralis minor sits on the coracoid process, the part that pokes out of the shoulder, and ribs 3, 4, and 5. Underneath all of that is mostly bone. Maybe some other junk, but we won't look at that yet. We're really looking at the star of the show, the coup de grace Kobe Bryant of the day, the Michael Jordan, sitting on top. All of the pec major right here. So let's do another one. Let's see. Oh! I have old. What does old look like? My first round! I didn't even know it was still on here. Wow. It's not that bad. It still holds up mostly. I don't think this is even wrong. It's just a different version. Huh. Well, let's do it again, shall we? With a little more gesture, I think. A little more gesture. Because now I have more information! It's so nice to do this again! Yeah! I can freak out about more anatomy because I have more information now. Going back through the body after I've learned about the whole body makes a difference. It makes a huge difference. So let's do it. I want to make a new folder. I'm going to call this old. Put all this junk in here. And now, wait. What happened? There it is. Let's make a new folder. Proko Revisited. Alrighty. And we're not doing this one, I don't think. We're doing which one again? You guys voted for, you cannot see it, but these two were currently in the lead. I can check real quick. Maybe it changed. Hang on. Let's refresh. Let's see, let's see. Again, link in the chat that I just threw in there. You can check real quick and tell me if you want to change it. And the only reason you can't see it right now is because I'm logged into a different account. And it'll mess with it if I try to. Sorry. Okay. Currently still in the lead, so here's what I'm looking at right now. 33% for the top middle two, which is superhero dude and reach for the skies grabbing an apple from Newton's tree in the middle. So we're going to start with Superman, I think, and then we'll work our way to this one. We're just doing the top one and the runner-up. If you want, of course, we have a whole extra resource library and stuff in the Patreon, in the Discord, if you want to see my previous lessons of everything I've done up until now. And ask me questions, all of that stuff. ! Discord/Patreon. I have to say it, I suck at plugging, but you know. If you want it, you want it. Alright? I don't like talking about it. You can do it if you want. Alrighty, here we go. So we're not looking at this. Goodbye. I want this. Whoa. Wait a minute. What is this? Lady. My God, that was funny. I don't know why she was there. There's another lady that I will draw. When we get to women. Women are, whoa. Women are later. Later. Yes. And that's why I'm here, to help you be your accountability buddy, because yeah, practice is usually the part we don't like doing. We can all watch it and we can all see a million tutorials on it, but actually physically doing it is a whole nother story. So if you are able to at this time, strongly recommend do the lessons ahead of time and then we talk about them in here, or you do them live with me. Whatever you're able to do, and if you miss it, it's okay. We can always come back to it. So I'm going to do the Pecs right now. You are welcome to jump in with me. Download those pictures via the link in the description if you want. Other than that, though, today is just going to be a chill day. We're not really doing too many things too seriously. Version 2 looked very different. I think I already mentioned it. I don't want to tread on familiar ground, but... oh, where is it? Oh, here it is. Yeah, this is not the one we're looking at. But I drew droopier muscles the first time. Where are they? This is my second version. First version looked like that. They were much saggier. Because gravity is still a thing, but they're strong enough to be self-supporting on their own. So it's like, pecs don't need a push-up bra. They got it. They're good. What are we looking at? We're looking at this one today. Which I think we can even pronounce the gesture even more. Because, as you know, this is fine, but we can play with gesture for this one a little bit more because his chest is raised, and you'll see what I mean. Alrighty, feel free to join me anytime. I'm gonna set a timer in a minute, and it just keeps me moving because otherwise I'll be here for a whole 2 hours, and we don't really need to be here for that long. I think 1 hour is fine. Alrighty, so let's do. This is a. Let's see. You'll see in a second. I made a little timer for myself. I do a Draw With Me series on my main channel. You'll be able to see it if you want. Yeah, here we go. I'm waiting for it to pop up. Sorry, y'all. If you hear a little ring-a-ring-ding-ding, you're gonna hear some sounds. It's just a ready, go, start button. Okay, hang on. There it is. I see you. Come right about there. All right. Session 1. We have about 20 minutes. Let me set up my layers so we're ready to go. All of you, get in here. You're old now. Give me a new layer. PR for Proko Revisited. And I'm gonna lock this down. All right. Let's make sure our brushes are ready, because once I start. I cannot stop. I don't want to stop. I'm gonna keep moving. That's what I wanted. Just. Okie dokie. Let's get a dark red. Yeah. Alright. Oh, this is again not the one we're looking at. I already said that. Where is it? Here it is. I gotta do it again. Yo, Spectry! Hello there! Yeah, no, take your time. It's not a race. Just do what you can when you want to. No rush. I'm here every Sunday. Every Sunday. We took 3 weeks off for Christmas, but I've been here every other day since then. Yay, Spectry! Welcome! So happy to have you. Welcome, welcome. And no worries, if you are drawing with me, I don't expect you to respond in the chat, but I hope you decide to do this with me, or at least have something somewhat done so we can do it together. I'm good. I'm pretty decent. How you? I'm about to draw this very loudly screaming gentleman. Back in the day when Proko was making tutorials, blue means male, pink means girl. Not anymore. But this is a male skeleton, I believe, so we're drawing dudes today. Though you're welcome to throw some breasts on here if you want. I won't stop you. All right. Pecs today, breasts and boobs next week. Stick around. That'll be fun because it'll be gesture. We got to do the whole thing. Let's see. Yippee. Okay. You're good? I'm glad you're good. Fantastic. I'm so glad you're good. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I do apologize in advance. I did talk a lot just to get things moving. If you have questions, though, I'm going to say reserve them for after our drawing session. I'll be taking a break in about 20 minutes. So save your questions for then, and then we can come back to that in a minute. And I'm also happy to look at art if you want critiques, if you want feedback, anything like that. That'll all be in !Discord. Type it in the chat, and you can get the link. You're going to be drawing tomorrow? Yay! Yay! Thank you, friend. Appreciate it. But again, I don't really mind if you here or if you ain't. I'm here if you're here, but this is for you. I'm here for you guys. I'm a note sharer, and I do my very best to be as transparent as possible to make it as easy for you to learn anatomy. But you do it on your own time. Maybe you're free, maybe you're not. It's okay. I'm still going to be learning today. But if you learn on Tuesday, if you learn on Wednesday, whatever. Whatever works. I just am here live now, so if you have questions, you can ask me. So anyway, let's get started. I'm gonna do a new layer. There we go. And I'm gonna also set a timestamp for, I got you, where we're starting. Let's see. We're starting at about 38 minutes in. So let's say 30. Do 39 minutes just to be even, Steven. 38, 40, let's say, about there. We'll do our muscles. Skelly. Great! I turned British all of a sudden. I can't turn it off, sorry. I am offending an entire country. Alright, let's begin. I'm gonna set this to multiply. Now we're ready. Okay, here we go. Ooh, stretch your body, shake out your shoulders, take a deep breath, and let's begin. As soon as the timer goes, we go. 20 minutes, starting in 3, 2, 1. Alright, so timer won't be there the whole time. It's just to keep me moving. Oh. I love you too, Speckery. I nerd out about this stuff all day. Trust, I cannot stop. It makes me so happy to talk about anatomy. I am kind of a freak of nature that can't stop talking about it. I can't shut up about it. Most people are annoyed by it, so if it's helpful for somebody, I'm honored. Oh yeah, that's a great idea. You should do that. I think I'll do that real quick. So let's see. For now, I want to say right now, because he's roaring at the sky, the nice thing about this pose is because the gesture line, the bottom part of the abdominal portion, kind of works as like a nice little full contour of the top of the torso. And it's always recommended to you could just do this, or you could make it very interesting and add some differentiation in where the pecs originate. They both start on the same part of the sternum, but it's much more fun if you kind of play with where they start. Differentiation means more fun in the final drawing. And lastly, let's get the clavicular portion. It starts right at the edge, right about where it starts to curve is where it ends. And then where does it finish? We insert on the first third of the humerus, about there. Cool. So we have our start, we have our end. Now we just gotta connect the dots. So now, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Let's see, for now I'm gonna just have one color, and then we'll clean it up later. Let's see, how ripped do we want Skelly? Is he beefcake or is he a small twink? Because twink would mean very lean muscles, they start underneath the clavicle. Beefcake means they're thick enough to be on the top of the clavicle. And also the top of the clavicle, the clavicular portion, is the thickest part of the pecs. So that's where we want the juiciest part. So all of that topmost part would go down to the lowest part of the pecs, and the bottommost part, all of this stuff connecting the ribs and the abdominal portion, starting about there, would be going to the highest part. Remember that fan? They twist like a beautiful butterfly. So interlock those parts. That's why they're so strong. So let's see. I want to curve this up here. And I want to take this down here. Hizzy. There we go. And I'm going to make this even rounder because I really want that beautiful gesture. I really want to see the volume in these pecs. He's really excited. he's very rounded in the top. All right, let's see. From there, Now I'm gonna take even more volume here, like they're gonna compress in here and make that even thicker. Nice. Start really thick and grow really thin by the middle. All right, let's get the other side. That feels good. And because we're looking up at this, I'm gonna even push this a little bit more in, because I'm gonna say the middle portion, the sternum portion, is gonna push that part up like a push bra. Literally think of it like a push bra. So dudes still wear bras. They're just built in. That's how I have to remember it. Otherwise, gravity will make them sag, and they don't sag like water balloons. No, no, no. They got volume and dimension. They stretch, but they also breathe. They move with the arm, so there's some girth to it. All right. From there, let's find the middle portion. This all kind of connects into one area. I'm going to make all of this right here into there. And that connects like near the middle, but still going to fold, still going to curve. And actually, I think there's a lot more thickness in the area where the tit would be. The nipple would be right about there. I'm guessing. Something like that. Let's just say there's an areola right there. Something like that. It would be sagging with it. So it's thickest at the pit. Find the pitty, and you got the nitty gritty. So right there is about where probably this part would live. And we'll get some muscle fibers in there so we can see it. Give it some volume. Oh yeah. All the things are here. All the things are here. I am not professional at all. All right, and then from there, clavicular portion. We'll add muscle fibers in a moment. Let's find out, where does it connect again? All of this, probably about the base of the sternum, about right here, the xiphoid process, right at the end of the manubrium, and then it goes down right to the top of the abs, and it scoops up all the way to the tippy top. See? Right there. All right, so I'm gonna use all of this junk. All of this would be aponeurosis. Absidy. So this would not be connected to bone. This is connected to skin, technically. Right? Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty sure. I always forget. I don't want to lead y'all astray. All right. So there's all of this, and then it's just a boxier shape at the bottom. So just remember, pecs get thicker by the back. This would be where the nipple is at. They get thicker close to the bottom, and they're rounded. So, and then boob just kind of hangs off that. So keep that in mind as we're building this. This is also good practice for me as well. Okay, now that we have our parts built in, how we doing time-wise? It's not going to show me. Nah. I could pull it up, but I'm lazy. I don't want to stop moving. Let's see. I'm going to do a little horizontal check because I want to make sure. And I might even make this a little bit more rounded because I really want that to pop off the rib cage. Yeah. Rounded shapes. Ooh, and yeah, we want that double overlap. There is going to be a double curve in those pecs because there's two different sections of muscle fiber here. Why is that? Because when you're born, your xiphoid muscle and the manubrium, these two bones are separated. They don't connect. And then when you grow up and hit puberty, they click. So they start separated. So that's why there's a separation of muscle here, because they start separated. So the muscles don't ever connect, but the bones do. Same with your pelvis. Something about the pizzas right here. Anyway, the groin area. There's a similar situation that happens there. All right. Yes, thank you. Welcome, 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 my friend. Praise unto he. Alrighty. We're here for anatomy, though. Welcome, welcome. So now, I think we can start moving into, let's see. I just want to make sure this is nice and clean and clear so we can understand what we're looking at. This is not pec, this is abdominal. I have this scooping up a little higher. I might scoop this down a little lower. Let's see. And I might scoop this up a little right there. Again, not going for symmetry. I could make a symmetrical ruler, But then muscles aren't symmetry. They're not symmetrical. They're not symmetrical, are they? Nothing is. Let's see. I'm gonna zoom out. I already noticed some issues here. Not that I want them symmetrical, but they should look kinda close. Kinda. There we go. Alright. Nice. Let's see. Not super clean to look at yet, so now I'm gonna go in here, my sterno portion, excuse me, it's gonna push up that clavicular portion, right butt up against it. There we go. Oh, is a dragon floating nearby? Very nice. I blanked on the names of the dragons. Din, Ferrore, and somebody. I already forgot. Alrighty. Technically, is Zelda part of that trio now? Spoilers. Okay, so now I think that feels good. This is not a super ripped dude. This is a lean machine. Skelly wants to be ripped, but he's never gonna get there. He's a dork. He's praying for muscles that aren't ever gonna be there. But if he was, excuse me, basically he would be ripped so much that the muscles would sit on top of the clavicle like that. They'd be so buff. I like that actually better, design-wise. Alright, let's get some muscle fibers in here so I can see where they're going. Muscles are going in that direction. A lot of tension is built up right around here. So I want to be able to see that. Know that they aren't all going in the same direction. They collide because they're twisting. And then these come up the highest. Maybe a little drop shadow. There we go. Same thing here. They go the lowest. They sit on the top. They're the highest part. These go on the middle portion. They're still sloping up. Might be a little bit of double curve happening because there is multiple stacks of muscle there. And let's see what we got so far. Ooh, messy, messy. Let's clean that up. I was listening to some Deltarune Lofi just earlier. If you didn't know, I love that game. I don't apologize for how much I love that game. I won't talk about it as much here, but if you do love Deltarune like I do, top right corner is there's so much more than that. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, there's a lot that I learned from Proko. I'm very grateful for that man, even if some of his videos have not aged nearly as well. It's not as important to learn all this stuff. It's just helpful to know if you want to build realistic, critters and monsters. It's extra information. But if you're just making stylized things, yeah, it's not as important. Still helpful to know, though. Alrighty. I just find the whole process fascinating. Alright, let's clean this up ever so slightly. I want to make this a little bit easier to see. No. This muscle goes down here. This muscle would snake up there, poke out from the back. Base of it might get a little overlap. For now, I just want to find the actual muscle locations. We can color and stuff later. Muscle fibers look okay. What do we think, chat? What do we think? I'm gonna blur maybe a little bit part of this. Yeah. Adds a little extra shadow too. Nice. Just want to move quickly right now. Yeah. I see my error. Yeah. This sits on top. This sits in the middle. And that sits on the bottom. Get rid of that. Where do they separate? They are not kissing. They are not in the middle. They sit on top of the sternum, in the middle, but not completely overlapping. Get out. Get out. Yeah? It's not as clean as I'd like, but I also don't want to stay here too long, because then we'll be here for 4 hours. The whole point of this is to teach you, not to stylize it to be perfect. I did this already to try to be perfect. No such thing exists. So this is why we're just breezing through this to remember how to do it, not to perfect it. That's up to you. Alrighty. Do I have this a little lower? I do. A hair lower. And at some point, you'll be able to also access this timer that I have. This is currently my Draw With Me timer, but I want to make one for just learning anatomy, which would keep you moving much faster. 5-minute gesture, 10-minute bones and analysis, and then 10-minute for muscle analysis. It exists, and you can have that link, but it's unlisted right now until I can just make more of those videos. So if you want that timer, it does exist. Just gotta look for it. It's in the description. Okay, I think I'm happy with that design-wise. I'm just nitpicking now. Let's see. As long as we know where they're all going. They all go into the same location, but they split ever so slightly differently. Cool. Alrighty. And then, let's see. I think we might actually have the nipple a little lower. It might be right at the edge. Right around. Let's see. I'm gonna make this a little bit lower. Gravity's still a thing. It's just not as important right now because we're looking up at it. I think about there. I really am just eyeballing it. I'm not positive. But something like that. Cool. Alright. Let's color that in, baby. And then we can officially color in the 3 parts and then we'll call it. Give me a nice juicy red. Yeah. Alright. Block it so I can't touch it. So anyway, hard part is done. How are you all doing? If you're not typing because you're drawing, that's totally fine. But I hope you're doing well and I hope you're getting something from this. This is not just me revisiting information. This is hopefully a way for you to learn as well. The benefit of us going through this information together is we both learn from it. That's the whole point of the Crystal Library. One person's knowledge cannot be compounded by itself. It's only as strong as you are. The world ends with you! You are only as knowledgeable as you can be by yourself. So that's why we learn together. Together. I might add a little shading. We have some time. Oh, the hard work is done. Now we can just chill out to some Zora's Domain. Yes. Alright, save that. Let's just make sure we can identify the 3 parts, and then we'll add some shading. Give me these 3 colors. What did I do before? Was it green, blue, purp? Green, blue, purp. That's what I said. Perfect. So, green for clavicular portion. Perp. No, blue for the sterno portion, the main coup de grace, the coup de resistance. Around there. We overlapped a little bit, but we'll get in there. A little corner of it peeking out there. Okay. I don't want to overlap that green. I'm going to just gently kiss it. Somebody compared me the other day to Bob Ross, and I'm like, that is beyond praise, but also I am definitely not as chill as Bob Ross. I have moments when I'm calmer, but then the lizard brain kicks in and I just get raunchy. So like, I don't know. That's like stepping on his memory. I couldn't possibly, but I thought it was funny. Alrighty. And then the abdominal portion right about there. Alright. Save that goodness. Let's add a little shading, because we have some time. We'll get a notification when there's about a minute left. Let me get my gray brush. I'm going to use this nice, soft, loose brush. Again, this is not perfection. We're just trying to get something close to what we would see. And now, let's see, I'm gonna just add a soft airbrush. This is just all that is for a little bit of that rim shadow. Let's put this on. It's on screen? Pfft, no, wrong layer. Multiply. Probably would be a little bit of a pocket of shadow underneath the nip. Ah! A fly had the nerve to crawl on my tablet. How dare you, sir? How diddly darn dare you? The nerve of some critters. Alright. Let's see. Where's the light coming from? I'd like to imagine it's sitting right above him where he's, you know, like he's screaming at the world. When they fade to zoom out, no! He's looking at the sky, so let's say the sun is coming down. There'd be a nice soft shadow about there. There's our minute timer. Okay, we were close. And now, I'm gonna just round that out with a little bit of shadow underneath. Shadow the Hedgehog. Perfect, Maria. Thank you. If I really wanted to get crazy, I could maybe add a little something to each portion, but they're so closely conjoined together you would hardly notice a shadow under there, but there could be something here because the thickest portion you probably see some shadow. And then it would just kind of fade out. Oh, and I totally forgot about the PEC minor. Oops, my bad. Well, it would probably be a good idea to go find that. Well, we can do that in the next pass. Alrighty, y'all. That's our first round of Pecs. It's rough and dirty and not clean at all, but you know what? I don't hate that. Ding! Alright. First attempt after 5 years. Not bad. Not bad. And I'd say also these feel a bit more... like these are attached in the right place, but this feels gesture-wise more real. Okay. I'm actually going to look away from the screen because I forgot this is not my 2-minute break timer. I have 2. So I'm going to go and reset my eyes by looking at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. That's the 20-20-20 rule, not the accursed year. So I'll be right back. I'm still here. I'm just on the other side of the screen, looking at a very far away cat. Hi, bud. You have a good nap? Okay. Oh, the mochi turned around. Did you see her? Alright. Eyes have reset. Phenomenal. Let's really quickly find that PEC minor. I regret that I didn't do that. And, let's see. The shoulder, you would feel PEC working when it's depressed, as in going down, and moving forward. He's opening his chest here, so it would be stretched. I don't think he would have any compression here. So, normally if that's happening, there would be a little rigid bump, a little bit. You might feel something if you do that, if you shrug your shoulders like the Hulk. If you try to do the Hunchback of Notre Dame pose, you feel something there. But other than that, in this pose, he's opening his chest. It's expanding. So he's probably breathing too. He's exhaling or inhaling. So let's quickly find that. But it would not be tense. It would be relaxed. So let's figure that out. Where does it connect, chat? Do you know? Where does it start? If you know in chat, tell me before I do it. Let's see. We'll call you PEC major. The major. Color. There we go. And shadow. Why did I call that brushes? I was not paying attention. Alright. Shadow T Hedgehog. Let's put in our PEC minor. Alright, chat. You have 5 more seconds to guess before I put it in. If you don't know, you don't know. But you can't know if you don't guess. I'd rather you fail and try than not fail at all. Take 9,000 shots to fail so you can succeed. That sentence came out wrong. Sorry, Michael Jordan. You know what I mean. Alright. Well, I forget exactly where the insert versus origin points are, but I want to say it starts here at the coracoid process. A pokey little thing that sticks out of your shoulder that prevents shoulder dislocation, or at least tries its best to. And then it would end, let's see, on which ribs? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And occasionally 2. Very rarely. Some people do have a second rib that attaches. Let's look at the book. Where does it go? It goes right here. See? In this drawing, actually, it's more split, but it's more fused into one missile. Welcome back, Specgree! No problem. Welcome back, welcome back. Oh, we had a great break. We're looking at PEC minor territory now, because I totally forgot to put it in. So let's do that. So I think, because this muscle is not tensed, because he's stretching his chest, he's expanding his chest, he's breathing out, probably. So, this muscle would not be tensed. It is only tensed if you are in the hunchback pose, as in your shoulders are depressed and reaching forward. Otherwise, minor only cares about shoulder town. It does not care about your arms. That's what the major is for. So let's find out what the heck the minor is doing. So let's see. I always forget the difference between origin and insertion point, but I just know where do they start and where do they end. Usually somewhere there, right next to the cartilage, because this is not bone, that's just connecting tissue. So let's put our PEC minor in and flatten it out so it's not super pronounced. It's a softer, leaner muscle. It's not as pronounced as our major. There is still some volume to it, but it's not as thick, let's say. I'm actually going to take a little bit less grain. I don't need that much grain. Yeah, that feels better. And add a little bit more volume to my brush. Yeah. Alright. So let's see. Let's make it a little bit thicker, because it's still got some girth to it, but it's not so pronounced that it's like taking over the pecs. It's like webbed duck feet. Whee! You can draw it as like either 3 strands, or you can draw it as webbed duck feet. I like duck feet because they're more fun, as long as you get the idea. The tendon is essentially just like, this is where all the action happens. Mostly. And I want to say, where is the tendon? It's at the edges of the, right? Yeah, where all of the action happens. This muscle goes all the way. Tendon's at the very edge. So this one, yeah, you would really only see that strong strand. So there is still some girth. But I still like my duck feet. There we go. I'm gonna identify that tendon with a sharper stick out. Again, it's softened, but it's still a muscle. So just know that when you get to tendon versus muscle belly, there should be a shift in shape. This is round until you get to a big ol' straight in the tendon. So there's still a understanding that there is cutoff there. Something is shifting. Muscle belly is becoming a tendon. Same thing here. It's just a little bit softer because it's not as pronounced. Don't think we need this much. Yeah, there we go. right now, it kind of looks like cat claws. A little bit. Anyone else seeing that? Get some like fingernails on there. There's a reason why your serratus is called a serratus, because it's serrated like digits. That's why they call them that. It's like fingers. That is one thing that I definitely forgot a lot about that I cannot wait to remember. I forgot so much about the serratus. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. The torso specifically is a very weird conglomerate of muscle. There's a lot that I don't remember. Alright. That looks weird. I don't know, that's too thin. It needs to connect to something. There we go. Wet duck feet! Yay! Alright. Let's put in the other one. Maybe soften this brush ever so slightly so I can see my muscle fibers. Excuse me. That was disgusting. I had a human moment there. So sorry. Alright, other side. Duck feet. Sharp tendon to soft muscle belly. Stretched. Stretched. It's not tense too much. Not that this side of the muscles are super important, but you still need to know that they're there. Very easy to get lazy and forget they exist, and then you just don't remember. So we just practice putting them in as we can. Mother, are you alright?
One of my favorite videos that I was so proud of.
What happened?
I can't upload it. It's just glitching all over the place.
What happened? Talk to me.
When I try to upload it to TikTok, I got the first 10 seconds and it just...
So it lagged or it just didn't upload right?
I don't know. I've tried uploading it several times. I'm not going to try it anymore today.
Did you try through your phone or through desktop?
My phone.
Maybe try desktop. It sometimes
no,
works
I
the other
tried,
way.
I tried both.
You
I tried
did?
both, and it just comes out really garbled. But the weird thing is it plays on my phone.
Huh.
So there's some sort of, I don't know what's happening when I try to upload it to TikTok. TikTok is just not having it.
Oh, mommy.
And it's the last video in this series, and I need it.
Tell
So
me
I might
this.
have
Wait
to
a minute. Wait a
re-record it.
minute. Don't panic. I might have an understanding of what's going on. Do you know when you look at the video, does it show you what codec is it? As in, like, is it MP4 or is it something else? It might not be MP4 and it might not read that file format. She was a freaking out in there. I hope she's okay. Mother's a brand new content creator. There's a lot to learn. I'm proud of her though. Alright. I'm also really proud of these duck feet. Alright. Wasn't planning to draw such detailed PEC minors today, but I feel good about those. When you click on the file and you hover over it, it should tell you what the .x thing is, whatever file name, dot blah 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 blah. What does that say?
Okay, let me see.
Because if you exported it in the wrong format, that might be why. Alright, let's color that puppy in.
Okay, so click on, you said the circles right here at the top right.
You're looking at your phone, right? Oh, yes. Pause. Sorry, because I just don't watch your content on the stream because they can hear it. It's okay. If you recorded something through your iPad, your iPhone, have you tried uploading shorts to TikTok from your phone before?
Constantly.
And nothing happened wrong? How strange. I don't know why for some reason this is an issue, but for whatever reason, iPhone records files in an HEIC format, completely different. You can easily find a video converter online. You just upload it to the online platform and re-download it again.
So, convert it first?
Probably. Try just looking up convert iPhone video to MP4 video. What's the word? AirDrop it to your computer, convert it online, and then re-download it. And if you still have issues, then talk to me.
Thank you.
Yeah, crossing fingers, I hope that works.
Because I was able to do it with my other videos, just that one particular video.
I don't know why it's so picky.
Whatever.
I couldn't tell you, but I hope you figure it out.
Thank you. Me too.
Yeah.
I record it.
Alright, let's add some color to these PEC minors, yeah? I think that's pretty close. It's looking kind of like a kite. I like the one on the left a lot more, but we figured it out. We got there. Cross your fingers for Mother. She'll be alright. She's a tough cookie. She raised me, didn't she? Okay. Color. Red and my tendon color, this light peach. The next one hopefully won't take us as long. I just wanted to get a detailed one for you done so you can see exactly what we're looking at, and then the next one will fly through a little faster. And it's a good reminder for me. Still don't know how I feel about the muscle belly versus tendon connection. Feels a little weird, but I tried my best. Nothing ever is perfect. Perfection doesn't exist. Talking to myself as a perfectionist, I have to remind myself of that. Calm Zelda jazz does remind me to chill out though. Makes me a lot less hard on myself. Save! Let's get that tendon color in there. Little fingernails right at the edges. Maybe they fade a little more. That's up to preference though. And there is some tendon on the other side of our pecs, the pec major. We didn't really draw that. We can add that in real quick. Blur a little bit there. Cool. Give me this. Let's add a little bit of tendon in there. Yes. Wow, that looks really weird. We'll figure out layering in a minute. Let's get a little bit of tendon at the edges, just a little bit, just a hair. It's ever so slightly there, it brushes. A little bit of tendon here, a little bit of tendon there. A little itty bitty bit of tendon. Most of this is muscle belly. It's a lot of muscle belly. And I think actually I could do a better job differentiating this here, but there is a split in the pec major. Some of this doesn't always connect. It usually kind of just starts a little lower and then fuses into that. So really, a lot of this would still be in color down here. Down hisity, I said. There we go. Most of your pec is covered by abs, though. You don't really see much of that. I'm gonna just lightly erase some of that so we can still see it. Yeah, that looks good. Alright. I feel pretty good about that. I think so. A little bit of tendon here. We're really just nitpicking at this point. Oh yeah, there we go. Save that goodness. Let's just overlap this so it's correct. Pec minor. This sits underneath all of that. And let's put this on multiply. Yeah, so you can see it. There we go. Alright, it's ugly, it's not as clean as my first draft, but I feel like this is more accurate. And did I do the pec minor in the first one? I did not. Ha 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 ha. Well, now we have it. Yay! Alright. How much time we have left? We were actually about 2 minutes away from the break. Cool. Alright. So now, I guess what I could say is we're gonna do a one more. Which I believe you guys voted for This guy, he's reaching over his head. So we can do that one, and then we can lightly look at the others and address any issues that I see in the previous ones that I did, as well as questions. So I'm going to really quickly BRB. I'm going to reset my eyeballs. I'm going to reset my ojos, my ojos, and as soon as the timer goes off, I'll be back. So let me know if you have questions or if there's something I messed up, because I make mistakes too. Let's talk about it. So I'll be right back. Ooh. I'm not gone. I'm gonna just let you see the mochi for a second. There she is. For shorts or you videos? Videos can be up to 4K, but yes, 16 by 9. Yeah. Ooh, with a whole 20 seconds to spare. And then we get a whole other 20 seconds to look at stuff. Amazing. Okay. Well, let's get our stuff together. We got one more session. We're probably going to start this timer over and just use it to keep you moving. 10 seconds to reset your eyes. Stand up, shake your legs around, move those ankles and cankles, smell some oxygen, and touch grass. Go do the things. Let's see. One more. Oh, classic jam. 3, 2, welcome back to our second and final gesture for today. Let's do, what is Skelly doing here? What is he reaching for? What is he hands up, high, hands in the sky. He's trying to grab some juicy fruit. So let's see. Here's our old layer. I feel good about that. Yeah. For the most part, that's good. What I think I would like to do, actually, what I'm gonna try, I'm gonna start my timer over because I want to use the full timer. We have basically an hour, but I might set it to the remaining, we'll give ourselves 2 sessions, so 40 minutes for this. I don't think we'll need it, but just to get us ready. Chat, I'm gonna actually challenge myself a little bit because now, because I have foreknowledge of things that technically we haven't learned in the course yet, but I have that knowledge. What I would like to do is I'm gonna take this chance to try to add the rest of the muscles that we can't see. I feel really confident about the arm because I spent like 2 weeks on that lesson. I did the whole forearm lesson like 3 times because there's so much junk going on in here. I still don't know a lot of what's happening. But the surrounding muscles connecting to the pecs, I think we can try to find the start or part of the abs, part of the shoulder muscles, and a little bit of deltoid. I'm not even going to try overlapping any of this junk yet, the armpit, but I'm gonna attempt, emphasis on attempt, to get the armpit situation understood, because golly, do I have no clue. On the outset, though, pecs, yes, that feels spot on. That was after I watched the critique, though. But beyond that, knowing where the infraspinatus and teres major overlap with tricep and bicep and tricep, and serratus, and lat. Yeah, what is any of that? So that'll be fun. So let's see. Let's open up. Actually, my bad boy. Where is he? There he is. Let's see. The unfortunate thing is I cannot lift his arm. But we can poke and kind of see in the corner here what on earth is happening. So, essentially, if this gentleman is raising his arm, you're going to see armpit. And this is a great chance to try, emphasis on try, to figure out what the heck is going on in that armpit. Because it's a lot. I still don't know myself. I'm really excited to get back to that lesson. So, let's see. Teres minor sits on top of tricep, which sits on top of teres major. We go minor, tricep, major. Remember that overlap. That's from the back, all coming from the scapula, right over here. Then, not on this side, but over here, the lat sits on top of all of that. Oh gosh, I'm actually going to pull the lat open on the other side because it would be really nice to see how that lines up. Latissimus dorsi. Horsey. What is this side? Oh no. Is it left? I was right. It's left. Cool. I'm gonna fade you so I can see it. Yeah, that sits on top of everything. You see that? Madness. Absolute madness. This is insanity. What the heck is our body? God, I love it, but wow, it doesn't break my brain. So, underneath all of that, there's serratus. And most of the stuff that we already saw is not a big deal. But just know that the lat is the king when it comes to that overlap. So basically from the back, minor, tricep, tricep. Minor, tricep, major. Coming from the back, you would have lat that swoops around like a blanket and kind of it sits and hugs the teres major and overlaps through there to sit underneath the humerus where all of this bicep is. So if I hide my bicep, that's basically, oh, this is also here, brachialis. You see what I mean? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try real hard. We're gonna figure it out in real time, and you guys have to hold me accountable. I'm gonna mess this up. That's why we do it. That's why we learn. This is where the hard work lives, so you can make the mistakes. And if you don't make mistakes, here, where can you? Right? So I'm probably gonna mess this up. I'm probably not gonna be completely accurate, but we're gonna try our best to not only just do the pecs again, but figure out what the heck is going on in this overlap of armpit. That's our challenge. That's my challenge. You are welcome to just do the lesson as is, but I'm going to try to challenge myself to do that. And I'm glad this lesson was picked, because today was just going to be pecs, but holy God, do I need to know what's going on in here. I really do. Coracobrachialis as well as here. So, you know what? Can I pin you? I think I can. I think I can. I know I can. I know I can. I'm gonna unfade, and I want to make it so this never goes away while I'm drawing. Control Windows T. I always forget my shortcuts. This is a, let's see. Yes, that little ding. So now, if I click on my side, it doesn't go away. Great. That's just a fancy little thing. Dang it, I forgot it won't let me do that. Power Toys. Windows has a really cool system called Microsoft Power Toys that you can just, there's a bunch of extra little widgets that you can just use. Like, for example, Windows Shift D lets me find my mouse in any place of my screen. There's like 3 monitors and there's, anyway, it's a really nice, helpful thing and it's free. So anyway, as a note sharer, I don't just share anatomy notes, I share everything in my life that's relevant to digital art, as well as navigating your computer. So anyway, let's get started. Let's break Crystal's brain. I can't wait. Normally I would not suggest this if we're doing a gesture because we'll be here all day. But because the bones are already here, we don't need to do that. So let's do it. Okay. Old pecs, get out. We spent too long looking at you. Let's try it again. Okay. Can't really see my brush anymore. I want you up here. Yeah. Boy howdy, this is gonna suck. I can't wait. Oh man. There we go. OCD is slightly bothered, but it's okay. Cool. Alrighty. Just want to make sure this is out of the way. Cool. Alrighty. Sorry if this is really disturbing to look at. I can't make it less scary. Anatomy on the inside is not pretty. That's why it's on the inside. Okay. Brushes, check. Sharp brush, check. I'm gonna disable that. Yeah, there we go. Alright. I'm not scared, you are! No, we got this, we got this, we got this. Okay. You do you. I'm gonna just hurt myself. Okay. Here we go! Starting in 3, 2... Well, no, it's gonna count down. You'll see. Take a sip of water. Hello? Did we already start? No, there we go. There we go. Go! Alrighty. Pecs first. Number one thing. I'm gonna actually find my PEC minor underneath all of this first. Starts right here. Ends 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. PEC minor, baby. Right here. Stretch it all the way there. Actually, it probably would be, yeah. Duck feet. There we go. A little bit of tendon pops through. Okay. It's not depressed and it's not stretching. It's slightly stretching forward, so we might actually get a little bit of muscle pop here. Stylistically, I want to be able to see where that muscle belly separates from tendon. Adding a little bit of volume to the pecs, just a little bit. Now is when we can nitpick. Second round will probably be a little less detailed, but we have more information. We have more muscles we want to get in, so we're going to really try to get that in. Nice. Enough that they feel connected. Alright, duck feet established. Great. Other side. Let's see. Save. Cool. Moving to the other side. Here it is. 1, 2, 3. This is a lot easier because it's on the side that has less space, so we don't have to really worry too much. It's a thinner muscle. Still there though. Still prominent. Okay, that is less important to our PEC major, but we wanted to get it in. Minor is established. Great. Now, let's find our major. Lock it down, moving on. I might even actually set this a little lighter. Strong line. Cool. Alrighty. PEC time. The main reason we're here. The coup de grace. Where does it start? Somewhere there. On the other side, it would be hidden. Same on this side. Where does it end? Somewhere here. This side actually would probably be so beefy it would cover up the front of the other side. And all of this Yeah. Right? No, it goes this way. Right, because it's going towards where the... That's right, that's right, that's right! That's right, that's right, that's right! I remember now. We're gonna find the abs! They go right here. Abs snake all the way down to where the inside of your pelvis sits, which you could probably find right around here. So boom, there's our abs, and now we know exactly where we're going. Beautiful. Yeah, 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 great. Next up, let's get, I'm gonna say other muscles. Lock it down, moving quickly, moving quickly. What else, what else? Pecs, let's find the pecs. I'm gonna keep it black for now. Okay, so, aponeurosis, right around here. We wouldn't be that low, right? It's not higher than, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7th rib. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So around there, that's where it cuts off. Had the rest of it a little too low. Yeah, pec isn't that low. Got it. Beautiful. Oh yeah, baby. Come to mama! Alright. It's stretching, so you're still gonna see that box shape, but it's a little bit softer because it's stretching up. So all of that pec muscle, there's still dimension to it. Don't forget about that. It's still a 3-dimensional shape, but it's stretching. So you're gonna see even less of this. It's not nearly as prominent, but it's still there. And the nipple would stretch with it. So essentially, as the arm is raising, I'm gonna say nipples right. Excuse me, about there. Very, very stretched. And this is much looser because it's not stretched at all. So let's say I want to find the bottom version because it's the most hard to find. About there. Cool. Nipple would be around there. Yeah. Alright, alright, alright. Feeling confident, feeling good, feeling breezy. Let's see. I'm gonna even give a little shadow early, just because it's easier to know where it is. We're just getting all of the hard stuff out of the way. Cool. Alright. Where, oh where do I want this to connect to? Let's see. It would get thicker as we get to the top, so all of this beautiful pec probably be at the most thickest at the clavicle, which right now, where is it? It is, oh, up here. Dude is reaching. My word. So we're gonna go way up here. This is where it starts from there. Go all the way down there, trace that line. Maybe a little thicker at the bottom, and it gets thinner at the base. Cool beans, cool beans. Does anyone else say that? Just me? Nice. Okay. Clavicular portion. This is backwards now because his arm is upside down. So, if our clavicular portion would normally attach to the lowest part, where is the clavicle? On this side. Here it is. This normally would be about, it would go there. Let's see. Yeah, about there. The thickest portion. Then this side is our normal control to find it. Mother just gasped so loudly. I don't know if she's alright, but she'll have to be. She'll be fine. Okay. From there, sterno portion is going to probably take us a little lower, and you'll find a little bit of that double overlap coming back in. Let's see. It would be probably around there to there. Want a clean line. Yeah, there we go. Nice. More Zelda, never a problem. All of this, bunch of muscle. Beautiful, overlapping in there. Twisty, twisty, twisty. Cool. And then all of this under that. I might actually make this more boxy. Yeah. I just want to see that double curve. Man, I needed this. This is good practice, let me tell you. Ooh, it's good. I'm gonna say nipple. Boom, baby. Right there. I'm guessing. Okay. Stop focusing on the nipple counter. Okay. Alrighty. Let's get that nice, lovely detail of overlap. And now we know exactly where we're going. Clavicular portion, sterno portion, and abdominal portion, all on the left side. Beautiful. This would go way up there. That line would come all the way through to go up there. And this would come through there. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Alright, that's the left side. On the right, however, what on earth is happening on the right side? Yeah, that's the bottom curve. There we go. And I hope this is somewhat helpful besides just me crazily talking to myself. Somewhat, hopefully. Alrighty. I don't need that shadow right now. Oh, hi. Okay. All of you is stretched to the limit. Stretch to the limit. Stress that muscle a little more. It would probably be raised a little higher now that I think about it. Because it's so stretched. You probably won't see much of that. This is all going to be cut off. Alright, so let's see. If I have it ending here, it shouldn't be level. It should be a little higher. Yeah. Because all of this is stretched to the limit. I might say a little bit of that abdominal portion can stick to the abs there, but most of this is coming from up here. Carry that through. Keep it boxy. Let's keep it at a box shape. And then from there, let's see. We would travel from there to, let's see, abdominal portion is going to be, okay, no. Let's go in order. Highest point goes to the lowest point. Here. Yes, remembering all of these muscles have girth to them. They are self-supporting. There's our clavicular portion. Clavicle. Right? Clavicle. Right around here. All of this goes to the smallest part. Beautiful, baby. Beautiful. Alright. Then say tendon cut off right around there. Sterno portion comes up a little higher, methinks, around here. Yeah, and we actually might have some of that double curve showing, because the more the arm is raised, the more you can see it. Oh boy, this is getting complex very quickly. Yeah, right in the middle. There we go. Oh man. Okay. And then abdominal portion. Beautiful double curve. Make sure you can see that double curve.
4:45 p.m.
Oh, thank you.
Time to start wrapping up
Your
your
work
workday.
day. No! Yes and no. Okay. Nitpicking, nitpicking. I don't need to. I need to move. Uh-huh. There we go. Now I can see it. Oh! Beautiful. Okay. And last but not least, abdominal portion connects to the highest part. So this would go... ooh. You would come from here to where? About up there? So if the arm is raised... I don't want to cheat. I don't want to cheat. I don't want to cheat. It's gonna be here, I guess. I just gotta remember. This is the tricky part. Yikes, man. This is fun. Oh, God. I hate it. Ah! I'm having a blast breaking my brain. I knew I would. Woo, I love it. So here we go. This is what I'm confused on. If your arm is, if it's twisting, would it untwist? No, because it's still twisting. I'm figuring it out in real time. Okay, this would come from the bottom. Start from the bottom, now we're here. And it would end up probably around there. Oh, I think. We're gonna find out real quick when I color it in, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We're gonna find out. Yeah! Okay. Alrighty. I'm having so much fun. Sorry. Alrighty. Let's clean this up. Let's clean up our contours a little bit. Let's clean up our muscle fibers and our tendons. And then we can actually start trying to figure out the rest of this mess. Oh, bless this mess. Oh my. Okay. Yeah, alrighty. Here we go, here we go. Okay. Let's color it in, and that'll probably tell me more than anything where things go. So now, give me my good, give me my bud, give me my pea. Alright. Color. PEC major. I don't need that all in caps. That's easier to look at. Cool. Let's color in the minor first. Red. Okay. Hide you. Give me just the PEC minor. In fact, can I select you? No. Ah! It's not that clean. Never mind. It'll be easier to just go in with the brush. Not on top of it. Gosh. Underneath it. You absolute Nathaniel Bohemian. My goodness. No, I'm kidding. Alright, let's see. There we go. Madness. There we are. Find the other one. My Rhapsodic Bohemians, I love you. It's a great song in Rent. Okay. Differentiation of tendon. Yeah. 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 Wonderful. Okay. Hide it. Can't miss it. Beautiful. Perfect. What is this? This is all on this layer? No, this layer. You come with me. You belong with me. Over here. Get over here. There we go. What is this line? What is that? I don't think I need that. We'll find out real quick if I got rid of something I do need. And then I can just Control Z it back. Alright. Where did I have that? Oh, no, I didn't need that. It's fine. Nope, goodbye. You're useless to me. Minor color. Oh, 1 minute. Oh, can we color it in before we finish? I don't think so. Probably not. I feel pretty good about just getting all this in. Dang. I feel really good about that. Okay. We're not gonna rush. We're not gonna rush. I wanna get this. I wanna take my time on this. Let's just color it all in, and then we can figure out where exactly things go. Okay. All of you. Nope. Yeah, there we go. You are not coloring on the right layer again, Kiana. I love when I do that. You should lock. And you should lock. Only what I need. Yes. No, 10 seconds. I'm not gonna make it. But we did pretty good. I'm gonna color through the break. Whee! Well done. Alright, hands up. I'm not gonna do that. Gordon Ramsay said hands up. I said no! Alright, 1 more minute. I'm about to finish. There we go. That feels very clean. I feel very good about that. Wonderful. Alright. Considering I've definitely had the most trouble with Pecs post finishing this course because I didn't remember it at all. I really, really struggled. Cool. Let's clean that up. Sweet. Awesome. Alright. Now I'm gonna take a little eye break. Let's, well actually I'm gonna put, I think we can do something crazy here. I'm gonna put this at 50. And I'm gonna lock it, and then I'm gonna also put the color at multiply. Maybe overlay. Multiply works. Multiply is always the goat. Can't go wrong with multiply. Okay. Yeah. We might mess with that later. Alright. Because now this is too dark, and I can't see my bones. 90. Snivy works. Snivy. Alright. Yeah. Alrighty. So when we come back, we're gonna try to color in the rest of where things go, because that is definitely messing with my brain. And then the big kahuna of what the heck is the armpit. This is extra credit because I'm a crazy person and I want to figure it out. So I'm gonna go reset my eyes again, and I will be back in about a couple, like 20 seconds. Give me just a moment to reset my eyeballs. BRB. Oh. Alrighty. Chat, did you stand up and use your leggies if you're capable? I hope so. In fact, rise with me. Rise, my desk, rise. I demand you to rise. Let's stand up and figure this junk out. My legs need a minute. I'm just sitting all day. Oh. Okay. Oh, I did arms on Friday. I'm sore. Dance class after a leg and arm day was not a good idea. That doesn't stop me, because I'm crazy. Okay. I feel good about that set of pecs, but something feels off about this curve here. I don't know if this curve is going the right way. We're gonna find out real quick, won't we? Something is off in that curvature, but we'll figure it out. Okay. All right. So now, let's see. This is that layer. Okay. I'm gonna clean this up because I'm already like confused at what I'm looking at. Yeah. Confusion, hopeless anger. I don't think I need... Well, yeah. Yeah, it's still gonna slope. This is... yeah. No, I think I see what I did. I see what I did. We can keep that, but it'll be softer because it's underneath. You'll see in a moment. Cool. Then, same as this side, we're going to just make this a little softer because this is where our arm ends, our pec ends, but because it's covered up, you won't be able to see it. So we'll make that clearer with color. And lastly, I think there was just some confusion on where the heck this goes. Yeah. So let's figure that out real quick. Things go all the way down there, I think. Color! Good. Buh. Then we'll get to the rest. Okay. Lock in my opacity so I can't color outside the lines. Save that goodness. I really should have recorded this. This would have been a good one. Oh well. Clavicular portion. Not really worried about coloring outside the lines just yet. Cool. This is where I'm confused. Sterno portion. I think there. Something like that. Something like that. Yeah. Gotta say, I'm real glad I'm going through this again. I hope this is somewhat helpful for us. And last but not least, this accursed abdominal portion. What the heck is going on in here? Okay, because it's not connected to any bone. That's why it always confuses me. There's no hard, rigid points for it to stick on to. It's not a hard and fast section. It's very loose because it moves kind of with your arm. Okay. Alright. I might even make that more pronounced. But first of all, I'm going to even come in here, clean that up, find out where my tendons are, right on the edge. Oops. Here we go. A little bit of tendon by my side. I'm gonna even go in here and get a little bit of that tendon on this side. It's very faint, but there is some tendon on that side. There it is. Nice. And you wouldn't really see it on this side because this is all big old beefcake muscle belly. Alright, that feels good compared to what did we have before? I like these curves a lot better, gesture-wise, but accuracy, I definitely could have given more spunk to this part. I think that's really just an aesthetics. How buff is Skelly? Doesn't have to be. Okay, another thing. I'm gonna do something else because this would be overlapped by bone. Scaly is not, it's not going all the way to the inside. This is not underneath the armpit. This would be on the outside. Where's Skelly's skeleton? Haha. Cover that up. I'm gonna make this a little brighter. All of that would be covered. Not hiding it completely, it's just on a layer mask. Do the exact same thing for the other side with the color. Nope. Invert that. Boom. Nice. So it would be sitting on the inside of the arm. Excuse me. Alright, that feels better. You can still see it, but it's not completely obscured now. Just know that there is a little bit that you would be able to see. Okay. Now, what the heck is happening in this armpit? Let's figure that out. First and foremost, I am so sorry in advance. I might mess you up here. Do not take everything I say with fact. I am learning this as much as you are. Take what I'm about to do with a grain of salt. I might be right, I might not be. I probably won't be. So let's figure this junk out. What on earth do we start with? Let's start with those back muscles. Shoulder muscles we briefly touched on already when we looked at the scapula, but we haven't learned them yet, so don't worry about it. If you haven't figured that out yet, that's okay. I'm gonna start with our most prominent big boy as soon as I find my mouse. Where is my mouse? Excuse me? Oh, it's locked. I demand you to unlock. Oh, are you frozen? Sigh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sigh. Sigh. Woo! Okay, we're good. Don't scare me like that, Sigh. That's not funny. Alrighty. Big boy, first of all, let's get our infraspinatus in here. This muscle. There's a couple of things in here. Infraspinatus, teres minor, and teres major. So let's get this big old chunko in here. He's not really anything. He's just sitting at the humerus. Cool. There probably would be a more obvious muscle sitting in front of that, which is going to be our teres minor. That's going to be underneath that. So let's see. Teres minor comes into the humerus about the same place. This is teres minor. Starting a little higher, actually, but it's not really visible from this angle. Okay, that's our thin muscle. Big, big, big boy, teres major. Sits underneath all of that and would probably slope into the armpit in the side. So it's gonna go here. Oh, it sits in the front of it. Right. Aha, that's right. Okay, big old meaty sandwich of lat comes in there. Sits right on top. Okay. Sausage! Where is it? I'm gonna say it starts at the lowest part, so it's gonna be right here. That big old sausage is gonna snake through. This is the most prominent one I wanted to get right. Okay, sausage comes in. Big sausage. Actually, it's gonna have more girth. I forget what it does. I already forgot its function. I don't remember, but it's a big, big muscle. So a lot of superhero comics like to accentuate that. Big old beefcake of a muscle. Okay, teres major. I'm not cutting anything off because I don't know what else we have here. There is our major. I'm gonna actually make all of this a little wider so I can see it. Yeah. Okay. From there, what the actual F? Lat comes from the back of the spine to sit here to here. Whoa! Okay, and it's covering all of this up. Sits and hooks onto it, right? And this is sitting in front, so you wouldn't even be able to see it. Oh! this is that? Oh my god. Oh my god. It's a big old cape. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oof. Oof. This is the hard, heavy lifting that we do in here to make sense of junk later. Alright. And it gets thicker as it gets to the corner. This is not looking like anything legible yet, but we will make it make sense later. Okay. Oh, okay. Your girl's a little scared, don't mind me. I'm terrified of these muscles, man. I've been hiding for too long. Let's break through the mold. Let's break the ice. Alright. From there, this gets thicker as we go down and would come down to all of this. Yeah. About there. Sitting at oblique. Oblique is in there somewhere. All of this is oblique. Starts there and then slopes out to join the abs. But we're not really worrying about that right now. Abs and obliques can happen next time. Although I love the obliques. Probably my second favorite lesson of the torso. Okay. This is still a lot to look at. Then tricep. Tricep. Okay. It sits at the edge of the elbow at the olecranon. There's a big ol' house tendon. Yeah. Okay. That gradually gets wider at the base. This is not at all at easy level anymore. This is intermediate. Then we get a big ol' hilly-billy. That's muscle belly right there. Some muscle belly comes in. The long head and the short head sit where? One sits at the scapula. Oh no. Another one sits at the humerus. Right here. Right? Yeah. Oh boy. I'm probably gonna be real wrong. I can't wait. But there's no way to fact check because Proko didn't finish this lesson. I'm doing that, so I'm just gonna have to trust my gut and hopefully be right. What do we know for a fact though? Tricep sits at the edge. It's the topmost muscle. So really, if we get any of this overlap wrong, we just have to worry about tricep. Okay. Alright. Booty of it. There we go. Okay. Then there's a little bit that comes on that side, right? It's not as high. Yeah, it's a little higher. There we go. You can get that butt gone. They don't. Well, no, you need the butt. Never mind. It's still there. Okay. Now what? Ooh. Then we have bicep. Oh Lord. There is a long head that comes from where? Here! Let's do that by itself. It would probably be a good idea to see all these muscles isolated anyway. So let's have this snake all the way from there to sit on the front of the arm, the humerus, to where? Right at the end of the, yeah, right here. About there. Okay. Oh, the other one, this is a tendon? Tendon sheath. Okay, no. Go away. I want to see the real deal. Synovial membrane. Whoa. No. Yeah, there we go. Look at how long that tendon is. Good God. The long head, it's called long because of the tendon length, not at all the muscle belly. So, even though I think this side of the tricep is longer, it's called the long head because of the tendon. See? It's longer. Yeah. Okay. So... this is less of me teaching you and more of me not freaking out. Let's fuse the two. We end as 1, but we start as 2. So, where do we end? We end here, and then we get probably this all is bicep. Something like that. Okay. All of that would be flexed because you're raising your arm. Your bicep gets tenser as your arm is raised as he's reaching. This one on this side is going to get really tense because his arm is contracting. So this would probably be more strong, and this one would be softer. Oh, what? You do not mean time's up already. You're kidding me, dude. There's no way. Long head. Huh. I'm gonna get that wrong. We're gonna worry about that later. For now, let's just lock in the overlap of muscle. Okay. The other one goes where? It loops in to where? Where do you go? Dang! Way back there? It's sitting at the scapula. Okay, so right here. I see. It's a thinner head. Yeah. Okay. All of that kind of widens out to the muscle belly, but still, think of your tendons as little tubes and your big old muscle bellies as big old fat worms. I don't know. Hi, Speckry! Take a break. Reset your eyes. 20 seconds. Whew! Sweating over here, y'all. Yeah! But we're doing it well. And I actually have to finish soon because it's almost dinner time for my children. They're going to start yelling at me in a moment. All right. Back in the fray. Okay. All right. We're doing more than Pecs at this moment, as you can see, because I wanted to... Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks, Speckry. Appreciate you. Am I saying that right? I feel like I'm not. Please let me know. Okay. We're not as focused on this side. I just want to try. Pec is coming back. I just want to try. I just want to try something. Okay. There's one muscle belly there. This all kind of sits right in front. It's going to snake through. This is my homework. You don't have to do this. I'm just a crazy person. Ignore me. The other one, it's going to sit in the same spot. You're not going to really see a different spot there. Okay. Just know that the front head kind of reaches a little longer. Yeah. It's a booty. It's just like the back of the tricep. They split off into a butt. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Alright. Dare I even want to try to find the rest of those muscles on the other side? I'm scared. I think we can do it, though. I think we can do it. Let's see. Get that gesture, follow that bone. Curve around that beautiful bone. Yeah, this is less important. This is just my extra credit, because I'm a freak. Alright. Oh, you're so good. You're so good. I'm honestly honored if you're absolutely just captivated by my madness and nonsense. If you actually are digesting any of this, I'm thrilled. But this is mostly me trying to figure out stuff. It's kind of forming into a human. Kind of. Maybe. I don't think it's gonna make sense when we look at it all together, but we'll clean it up later. Alrighty. Don't worry about it. It splits into two heads. It's a snail head. Okay. What do we need in the front? We don't need this. This is hidden because it's sitting in front of the bicep on top. Underneath is the tricep. So that's going to also get erased. Okay. I'm actually going to hide my pecs. Alright. And then I'm going to take you out of here. Oh, Lord. Yeah, we go piece by piece. We figure it out. One piece at a time. Alright. Then. What else? I'm not even going to attempt serratus. Forget that. What is this? Subscapularis. But you can barely see it. No, I'm not worried about that today. No. We're worried about the overlap of armpit. which is the chopsticks that happen to be interlocked together. The hopscotch hashtag that is your tricep, teres minor and major, and lat. That's what I care about right now. All of this is extra credit. So what do we really need? We can kind of erase some of this. This is infraspinatus and teres minor. Teres major is the big boy, and that is overlapping everything, sitting on top of that beautiful fold curving around. Then we get teres major. That's what this is. Get rid of that. Big old sausage sits on top. Then the lat takes back over. That's what this is. Okay. And I should also probably find it on the other side. It's gonna sit right in the corner. Yeah, a little bit lower than the pec. A little higher than the pec, right? Yeah, most of that you can't even see. Pec is on the way other side. So, where's my pec? Show me! It's way over there. Yeah, you actually won't even see any of that junk on this side. But I still want to know where it is. I'm gonna figure it out. Okay. Most of this is hidden. Don't really need to know where the teres major is. Just know that a lat pokes through and is gonna curve around that. There's some lat that slices through, comes in. X-ray vision's gonna make me guess it ends about there because they end at the spine. Okay, that was the hardest part. I'm gonna just... There we go. You can still see where it is. Actually, I'm gonna mask that because I don't want to lose it. Mask is always the best way to go. Cool. And a little bit of brush. There we go. Cool. Save. What else? Bicep. Right there. Tricep. Something starts here. The tricep is going to be relaxed because it's stretching, so it's not going to be as pronounced as our bicep. It'll be a lot softer, probably around there. Rude dude, excuse you. Gosh. Tendon. Right there. Alright, I don't really care so much about where that ends. I just needed to know where it was. Cool. Tricep is going to sit a little bit on top of our bicep. Bone is still going to be there, you just won't see as much of it. There's a bunch of muscles also called coracobrachialis. This is just the arm bone. I'm pretty sure, if I'm right, where the heck is it? It sits... Oh, you froze on me? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Of course you did. But I can still see it. I just can't highlight it right now because it's real stubborn. It died on me. Just believe me. There's a sliver of muscle right there. And it's connected from... no. Boom, right there. Right? The glenoid cavity? Oh. No, it's the coracoid process, the little jut of shelf of shoulder bump. This! It's this that comes in the side of your scapula. Anyway, so then that's going to sit where? Where is it going to sit? It's going to sit like here to in the middle of my arm, right there. Right there, right there. Okay. Boom. Nice. Sits right in there. And then on top of all of that is my tricep. Tricep sits underneath that. Never mind. Okay. Alright. Let's get some cross contours in here when I know what I'm looking at. Get some hills and bills in there. Whew. I feel like I just went on an acid trip. Oh my god, I'm having fun. Wow. Who needs drugs? This is awesome. This is a tendon, right? I can't see it anymore. It's gone. This is a tendon. That's a tendon. Cool. All right. I hope you're having as much of a blast as I am figuring this junk out. And if not, I'm so sorry. This is not the place for you because this is all I do. Okay. Didn't mean to be on this long. I'm having too much fun. We already finished the pecs. I feel pretty good about that. Bicep is pretty much in there. Maybe clean it up a little bit. I could be really nitpicky about where the tendons end, but I am not about to stand here and tell you where exactly, because I'm gonna get it wrong. Yeah, most of this we don't really need. That tricep looks off to me. That booty doesn't look right. It's so pronounced. It's still a house, but it feels a little too high. I think that's what it is. House is like right there. It's a little house. A little slanty house. And then from there would be... I can't see it anymore. I'm gonna start it over. Die. Come back. Don't show my password, please. Save. It's so important to save. You can never save enough. While she's loading, I'm going to take another sip of water, thanks to Speckry. It's 5:30, and children aren't screaming yet. I'm in heaven. They would have started yelling at me by now, for sure. Restore my past session, please, and don't crash. Awesome. Okay, whoa. That other muscle I was looking at, where is it? There it is. Coracobrachialis. Fade others. There it is. Where do you connect? I was right! And it goes into the middle of the humerus. Yeah, buddy. All right. Yeah, buddy. I feel real good about that. So what's wrong with this tricep? Why am I not happy with it? Is it because the angle is off? No. I think I was close. Let's try this. Oh, crud. I forgot. I gotta make it stay. Don't go away. Oh, what is this? Serratus. There's two? Oh, I didn't know that. Very cool. There's one in your back and one in your front. Sick! I love this app. Learn something new every day. Holy crap. Okay, cool. Proko never talked about that. Okay, get out of here. Let's make this as easy as possible to see so I don't have to worry about it freezing again. I'm going to... let's see. Yeah, that's a good angle. Okay, so if it dies, it dies. We don't have to worry about that. Hello? No? I didn't mean to do that. No, no, no. No, no, no. No screenshot. Try that again. There we go. Alright. It's here to stay. This is my bicep. I need to fix my tricep. That's what it is. Okay. I think I saw my error. And I just realized we don't have a deltoid in here. That's a problem. Deltoid, big boy. We need a deltoid in here. Big, big delt. Okay. Let's find the tricep. So this is the longer head, right? Long head sits right here. You can tell I have just enough ADHD for both of us, so don't worry. If you're not chatting as much, it's all good. It's all good. And then a thinner, bigger, stouter part of the tricep would sit here. And because the arm is extended, it's tensed. Arms are extended when they're... The muscle is activated when your arm is long, tricep, short, bicep. So let's see. This is a thick, activated boy. Let's see. Skelly's probably ripped, right? Let's make Skelly ripped. It just makes it easier to find muscle on him later. Oh, and that's right. The other head is going to disappear because it's going to the scapula, not the humerus. This part of it is going to the humerus. So really, they kind of end at about the same place. This is just disappearing to go down there, to go to our scapula. So that looks about right. That looks better. And now I'm going to erase some of that to clean it up. Yeah, because it splits near the top, not the bottom. Alright. That feels better. Ever so slightly. Okay. Deltoid! Where is you at? Delt. There's a lot to your deltoid that can get overlooked. Starts in the front, curves all the way around to the back. It is not just at the shoulder. There's a whole extra section. There's a clavicular section, the coracoid, the words that I can't think of right now. There's a shelf on your shoulder that it sits on, and then it goes to the back of the spine and the scapula. So, most of that you can't see, so I'm just going to make a generalized big old hill. As long as you know where it starts and where it ends. All of this, mostly kind of covered by all of our pecs, but it basically would sit from the front of this to the back of this, and then it would end right around the middle of the humerus. So let's do that. Let's find out where our scapula is, so we can put it, a clavicle right around here. Front head, right to the middle. Boom. A little bit more of a hill. I want it activated. Your shoulder is moving. If it's up in the air, your shoulder is on. It is turned on. So then, back of our shoulder, scapula, is going to be right around there. And it comes all the way down to... Yeah. Long head, back of the... Yeah. Okay, we got in there. We figured it out. I could go into detail on the 3 heads, but I don't really want to do that to you guys because I'll hurt your brains even more. I'm barely surviving as it is right now. I'm loopy as I don't know what. But man, oh man, was it a blast. Then... Let's see, this sits on top of everything. Your deltoid is also the most superficial muscle next to your pecs in the front. So this would sit on top of that, right? Right, yeah, it would end there. Okay. There's a shoulder. It's like a football shoulder pads. Yeah, okay. Make that even easier to see. There's 3 heads to the deltoid. So this would be the back, where it comes from the back. This is the middle. That looks a bit more accurate. Now I can hide all of this. Okay. Woo! And then I'm going to just add volume to it so it's sitting in front of the lat and the teres major. Not cutting it off, just covering it up so we can't see it as much because the deltoid is the most prominent. It sits right in front, right in that little snake hole where your bicep groove is. Okay, I think that's it. Other side will be easier because it's in a more neutral position that we're more used to. That's a lot easier to deal with, yeah. Front of it, beautiful. It's not going to be nearly as tense because it's quieter. It's over here. It's just kind of hanging out. Covers most of that. I want to add a little S-curve because it just adds more to that gesture. Riding that line. We cover a lot of this. Well, no. I'm sorry. Your pec would sit in front. It just ducks underneath the shoulder. So there we go. So yeah, the pec still is the king in the front. Cool. Oh my god. I think we kind of got there. Woo! What else? I'm going to just clean this up so it's a little easier on the eyes. Whoops, where's my mask? There's my mask. There we go. Just know where my lat starts and ends. Okay. What am I missing? Besides serratus muscles, which I'm not adding today because I don't have the mental bandwidth to do that. I really don't. They start in the back in a corner somewhere, though. I'm just curious. Yeah, they all pinch. They pinchy right at the bottom of your scapula. So they would all come out and extend like fingers like that. But we're not doing that right now. What else? What am I missing? All of this is oblique. Oblique. So it's all the way, it goes this way. So really, all of the armpit, I think we got, except for just the torso muscles that you would add underneath all of that. So, what's in the way? Right now, this deltoid is covered. I don't need that. Hide it! I don't need that. It's getting in the way of things I can't see. What is sitting in the front? This is... Your bicep is overlapped by that. It's also hidden, so it would be underneath because you don't see any tendon. No tendon is visible. It's covered completely by pec and delt. Mostly. Alright. This is just for my brain to know that there is a lat there. Let's also start finding out our cross contours because I can't tell where they are. That's a sausage. This is a deltoid. This is a tricep. Yeah, that's a bicep. Tricep. Nope, deltoid. 1 minute, no! Ooh. Okay. This is all long muscle. Long muscle. And that would be pec, but we're not going into that. Oh my god, I think we did it, guys. Woo! Brain is still alive. Unfazed. We didn't bake completely. Holy cow, I think we did it. Oh my god, I'm real proud of myself. And in fact, I'm going to do one more itty bitty little thing because I just want to see this as cleanly as possible. I'm going to even further hide the parts that we made muscle for Scaly. Because I want to see where there is muscle covering and where there isn't. So, you. This is hidden. There we go. Done. This is hidden. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Wonderful. This is also hidden. Wonderful. And all of this would be... Oh, it started over. That's my logo, sorry. I think we can pause that for now. We're done. Goodbye, thank you. Good job, me. Okay. What else? This is hidden. That, ooh. Would Peck sit on top of that? It sure wouldn't. Yeah. No, it does. I'm pretty sure I've lost all of you by now. I'm so sorry. I'm just geeking out myself. I'm having a grand old time. Most of this is hidden. That's lat. This is also covered. Teres major. Okay. And to even further make sense of this to my brain, I'm going to do one more thing. I'm just going to make some notes so I can see everything at a glance. Because, boy howdy, I definitely could not tell you what I'm looking at from afar. Really couldn't. Yeah. I don't think we need anything else. Yeah, that's the old one. This is the new one. Some of this doesn't line up anymore because we now have other things to look at. So let's make that adjustment. Get out. Get out. Cool. That's a cool effect. I might leave it there. Make it a little brighter. There we go. That's sitting on top of everything. Yeah. Yeah. That teres major looks broken, but that's just the lat cutting it off. Though how would you know that unless I colored it in? The main objective today was this. I feel good about that. Beyond that was my interpretation of what the armpit is, and I told you I would probably get you lost. I'm not sure myself. But let's ask ourselves really quick what we're looking at, and then we can call it. Because if you can at least identify that, you're on your way. Delt would hide all of this, so that sits underneath that. And darker. There we go. Cool. Alrighty. Yeah. Hide this. This is also hidden. The overlapping of muscle is really the hardest part of the torso. That's why I'm so excited about coming back, because I'm genuinely still like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeesh. Alrighty. Save. So let's get our notes. Here's our recap for the day. I confuse these two. I think so. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Destructive workflow. Ah, there we go. Okay. Blended muscles. Now. No. Lock it. Notes! Sorry for shouting. Nips. Okay. Whew. Bicep. Nope, that's a tricep. Tricep. Bicep. Actually, I'll put that down here because bicep. Tricep. Deltoid. Uh-oh, my cat's in trouble again. That didn't take long. Yeah, it's gonna definitely impact things later. Teres major. And lat. Latissimus dorsi. This is also delt. Makes no sense, right? Okay, that's miscellaneous notes. For our pecs, ooh, we do the hard work in here so we can have fun later. I cannot wait to get back to Deltarune after this. That's my reward, man. All right, easy peasy town. Let's get our greenie. I think we can hide this now. Thank you very much. Green, blue, and a purple later. This is clavicular portion. Sterno. Dang, I always forget what the other part is. Sterno. Let's ask the notes that you have access to in the Patreon for $7. Sternocostal portion. I'm also just, I need to make sure it works anyway. If it pops up, it pops up. If it doesn't, I'll give it to you. There you go, yay! For $7, you can have an access to basically transcribed notes of what I'm looking at. I transcribe them every week, just for you, and for me. Okay, costal, sternocostal portion. And this is based off of Proko's course, but I plan to add to it as I learn other things. If I have taken another anatomy course, I'm going to add to it. So basically, this is a forever note doc for just human anatomy. I'll make another one for for animals, for everything I ever learn. There will be a note doc, as well as resources and everything I've ever learned attached to the Patreon. It's a forever library. We'll just keep adding to it. And then sternocostal portion, also just the sternal portion. And lastly, our abdominal portion. Attached to aponeurosis. Can I spell it right on my first try? Oh my god, hell yeah. Okay. Yeesh. That was a whole lot. Oh, for the abs. There we go. Cool. All right, baby. Yeesh. I think we kind of got some progress done. What do we think? I think perhaps I'm going to call that a stream. So for now, I want to say thank y'all to anybody who popped in, who got scared and ran away. That's totally normal. I'm a crazy freak of nature who loves learning anatomy, and this stuff just gets me excited. But if I can hopefully make your journey a little bit easier, that is my goal. And everything I ever learned will live in this library on Patreon. If you have questions or want to add your own notes, we have a Discord as well, ! Discord. But you can only get it in the chat, so you got to come to class. All right, so other than that, next time will be boobs! We're going to finally do some gestures. This was supposed to be a shorter lesson, but I don't know how to do anything quickly. So next time we'll get to all of these lovely ladies. We've already done them once. I spent like a whole entire 2 weeks on probably getting all of them right. And we're going to take basically 2 sessions to do 2 gestures. One, which we draw the gesture head on as we see it. And then 2, where I'm going to attempt to do a flipperino of the gesture in my head from imagination. So I'm going to try to do a gesture of a picture and then flip it and do the opposite side of that, because that's the challenge for me. On this revisit, can I draw the rest of the gesture that is not available to me off on the other side of the camera? If I'm facing this way, can I draw what is the opposite side of this flipped? That's my challenge. So anyway, I'm going to leave you with that. Have fun. Do your homework if you can outside of class so we can answer these questions together. And as always, my friends, PLD, keep playing, keep loving, and keep dreaming. And I'll catch you next time. For now, lovelies, have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Thanks for coming.